Hello and welcome back to KMaccTalks. I am your host, Kevin KMacMcCarthy, and let's get into this news. Bam Margera is not going to be in the Jackass 4 movie. Alright, so it seems that Bam Margera is off the wagon, or on the wagon. I never knew which one is it when you're drinking again. Are you on it or are you off it? I mean, I don't know. I feel like it should be on the wagon, right? Because, like, a wagon of people, I'd say more people drink than don't drink, so the wagon should be full. Whatever, okay? Bam Margera relapsed, and he's not in the Jackass 4 movie anymore. What are we going to do without Bam in the movie? Does it matter? You know, you let me know. All I know is that Bam said he relapsed on a bottle of wine or 7 beers or 17. You know, who's really counting? There's not much of a difference. You know, did I drink 7? Did I drink 17? You know, who's keeping track? Anyways, good news out of all this is that if you just send Bam $1, it'll make something way better. If you just send him $100, he'll remember your name and even write it down. And if you send more, who knows what he'll do? That's the mystery right there. That's the mystery bag. If you send more than 100, he could do anything. That's what I might go for. But behind door 3, that's exciting right there. Who knows what could happen? He could show up at your house lighting a bag of poop on fire. You got to take advantage of such a mystery like that. I mean, $100 though, just to remember your name and write it down, you can't beat that. He remembers your name and he writes it down. And then we don't even know where he writes it down. He could write it down on a piece of paper. He could write it down on a billboard. He could write it down as his Facebook status update. He could write it down as a tattoo on his forehead. He really just leaves that open to your imagination. And that's what I like about these deals, you know? How can you beat that? $100, Bam remembers your name. Unless he got drunk that night, which then he'll probably forget your name. But, you know, if you send him $1, he's going to make a way better movie. So did we really lose out here, or are we winning here? I mean, he said he can't compete with their $10 million budget. I mean, no shit. You can't compete with their $10 million budget, and you can't compete with a studio producing a movie. You know, CKY was a great movie, but I don't think you're in any condition to even make another CKY. Anyways, this is all around kind of a sad thing. You know, Bam has had his alcohol problems for a long time now, but obviously after his best friend Ryan Dunn died, he has gone completely overboard and somehow has aged 45 years in about 3 years. It's quite impressive, and he's gained at least 200 pounds, and he's got gray hair. It's really, really wild transformation here. It's kind of like he just got lost in the woods for 30 years and came back out and somehow got fatter. I don't know how hard he's hitting the alcohol here, but it's quite, I was going to say impressive. It's not impressive. This is sad. It's just sad news overall. I mean, Bam said he was following everything the Jackass crew was making him do. He was staying at his house in Pennsylvania. He wasn't leaving to go out. He was taking 2 piss tests a day, or 2 piss tests a week, and then doing random piss tests every time this beeper beeps, and he was blowing in the breathalyzer every time on set. And they were giving him this list of pills, apparently, like Wellbutrin, Lexapro, like 7 antidepressants, and on the list was Librium, Seroquel, Klonopin, like all these things. One Seroquel, depending on the milligrams, like knocks you right out. How can they combine Klonopin, Seroquel, and Librium? That just doesn't even seem safe to me. That seems like he's just going to take those and immediately fall asleep. And that's what I think maybe the studio was trying to do. If truly that was the list of medications he had to take, I think he's embellishing that a little bit, because, you know, there's only so many antidepressants. You only take Lexapro and Wellbutrin. You take like 2 in a combo and then higher dosages of those 2. You don't take like 7 different antidepressants like he was listing. That just seems crazy to me. It seems like the studio is probably just trying to have him in some sort of catatonic state where like his body is physically there, but he probably won't be able to leave a chair or walk, for example, or talk, for example. I mean, I don't think he'd be able to do anything on that combination of medication, but I think that's what they were targeting all along, just so he'll sit there, feel like he's involved, feel like he's a part of the film, but he'll probably just forget. I don't think they were ever truly thinking of using him too much in this movie. I think they just were waiting for him to slip up. They just wanted him around to see if he got better. Maybe it was an attempt just to help him out, to keep him around the crew, you know, keep him on the movie set so he's not out doing who knows what. That could be it. You know, they could truly want what's best for him. Apparently they did an intervention with him and tried to send him off to rehab, and he got out of rehab and was about to do this video shoot, or the movie shoot, and apparently he was doing well, but he pissed negative for an Adderall, because who was taking it? I think Steve-O said today he was taking Adderall or something. It's tough to know from his explanation there what truly happened, but I get that he pissed dirty for an Adderall and they kicked him off, and then he went overboard, drank a bottle of wine and 7 to 17 beers. And the only thing I don't like here is I can't tell if Steve-O is truly like helping him as much as he could. I don't know what happens behind the scenes, but I hate, as a recovering addict myself, I hate when other addicts that were really bad, you know, just as bad as me and everything, and I hate when they get clean, get some time under their belt, and they all of a sudden, you know, get this sense of entitlement. They get high and mighty almost, you know, like they're better than you now because you're still using and drinking, but they're better than you because now they're clean and can stay clean. I just don't think that, I hate that in an addict. I've seen it a lot in meetings. All of a sudden you're clean for 6 months and you're spitting wisdom like you're Mark Twain. You're sharing in haikus and poems and shit, and you're sharing like you're fucking Gandhi there. You got these words of wisdoms and your catchphrases, and you know, all of a sudden in 6 months you're a motivational speaker and you speak all this inspirational bullshit. I don't like that, you know. Just because you can stay clean doesn't make you Tony Robbins all of a sudden. You know, just focus on, you know, yourself and staying clean. Don't spit me some fucking poem about how good your life is and how you should do exactly how they do. I hate that kind of, addicts just tend to get it, this sense of entitlement and, hey, I'm clean now, I'm better than you all of a sudden. You know, you lousy addict. I mean, I feel like they look down on addicts more than just the common person. And that's what I kind of feel like Steve-O, I feel like he can maybe be doing more for the guy. Steve-O was worse than anybody. If you've ever seen his documentary and everything, he was doing terrible. So it's like he's been there. He's been as bad as anyone, if not worse. Steve-O was probably worse than even where Bam is right now. It's close. It's a close race, but Steve-O was definitely almost as bad as how Bam is right now. Bam might be a little worse because, I mean, Bam, I'm truly, truly scared for his life. Steve-O, I was though too, on second thought. So I feel like Steve-O should be doing everything to help the guy out, and I think Steve-O's just got this, like, I tour and do stand-up now, and I'm just killing it, and you know, he's done. I went to see a stand-up. He's not a stand-up comedian. All he's doing is just now on stage, he's introducing his still prank videos and everything, and that's what he does. That's good for him. You know, he's still doing the Jackass stunts and everything. But you're not a stand-up comedian, and I would probably even rather see Brendan Schaub tell comedy than Steve-O. So Steve-O's he's not telling any jokes up there. Let's just say that he's just introducing his. It's kind of like Chappelle's show. He's but not funny. funny. Like he's just standing there and introducing, you know, with the TV, introducing the clips. I heard a clip, he says he's the most active and he brings the most to the table, and, you know, it's, that may be true, but right now, the most important thing is helping out Bam. Is that rant, I watched the whole thing, it's just sad. He's out there on another planet all over, you know, saying fuck you to his friend Brandon Novak, and I feel like these guys, like Brandon Novak was a heroin addict forever, and Bam stuck by him and everything, and I feel like these guys are just like, oh, you fucked up, you're kicked off, you're isolated. Obviously the guy's going to relapse and start drinking again and be worse than ever because now he's sad he got kicked off the movie. So it's like you're just isolating this addict so he can go drink more. Well, I don't know. I don't know the full story to it. I just feel like they could be doing more is all I'm saying for Bam, because it's a sad situation to watch. It's scary for his health, and it's sad to watch. I know they've done the intervention. I know they've done all they could do, but there's got to be something more. I mean, an addict's only going to get clean if they truly want it. So hopefully Bam will truly want it after seeing himself on these tapes. How can you wake up and see those tapes on your social media and how you looked and talked and everything and be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I've done worse, right? It's not on tape. So, no, that's one of the worst things, saddest things I've ever seen. So just, I feel like that should be the main focus rather than the Jackass stunts and everything. Focus on helping Bam, because he needs help somehow. You know, you can't just give him a bunch of pills and make him sit there. He needs friends around him, support, and hopefully he gets that. He said he's being too much of a jackass for Jackass. Well, you know, yeah, there's two different kinds of jackass. There's the stunts, and then there's just destroying your life with drugs and alcohol, and that's what you're doing, Bam, and you gotta want it, man. And there's really, I don't know, if this isn't rock bottom for you, I don't know what is. Hopefully it's not death. Hopefully Steve-O will see it in himself to help him out more. You got to remember how bad you were, and try to support him however you can right now, because he's at a low point. He's at a really low point. That was sad to see. So I wish Bam all the best. I don't know when Jackass 4. They said they filmed for a week and then it was shut down due to COVID. So now they say the stuff they got is hilarious. Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O, I think, both had to go to the hospital because they jumped on a moving treadmill with a tuba and like a trumpet or something. So it seems like it'll be funny, you know, some 50-year-olds hurting themselves. I guess that's funnier than 20-year-olds even. True grown adults now hurting themselves. Guess you can't beat that. So I'm excited to see it, but I think helping Bam is the most important thing right now, because he's in a real path to complete destruction. Hopefully he gets the help he so desperately needs. And maybe Bam can do something on the show. I don't think he's in the mental state to do too much for Jackass 4, regardless if he gets clean or not, but who knows? You know, I've seen some miraculous recovery stories. Hopefully Bam can be the next one, and hopefully it's not just the opposite. I don't want to see this being another sad story. Please do whatever you can to get clean, man. We're all rooting for you. All your old fans are rooting for you. Just let's go do it. Let's get clean, Bam. All right, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of KMaccTalks. I'm Kevin KMacCarthy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. We make a new video every single day. All sorts of news topics. Just subscribe and you'll see. Hit that notification bell. You'll see what we're doing here.